So this is not quite a Digimon video, but I am going to be talking about Digimon to a degree in the video. This is another one of the Pokemon based breeding things that I've done. Some of the Pokemon that I've bred over the past, 2-ish years or so based on specific characters or specific things. This video is going to be about Pokemon that I have bred based on Fairy Tail and based on Digimon. So the first part of the video will be about different Pokemon that I've bred that are based off of Digimon, which is going to be very confusing when I go back and forth between Pokemon and Digimon, hence why I have Pokemon and Digimon back here in my background. I was about, do I have anything Fairy Tail related? I actually think I do, so I'll pop those in when I do the Fairy Tail part of the video. I don't have any stuffed Happies though, but I do kind of want a stuffed Happy, and a stuffed Carla, and Panther Lily. They're cute. First up in regards to this is a Digimon-based Pokemon. It is a Charizard that I have that is called Agu. So it's based off of a Charmander, or off of Agumon, obviously. From Digimon, of course. It is male. It has the Blaze ability. It has a hasty nature. And it is alert to sounds, and this is actually one of the ones that I have in Sword and Shield, so this one actually I use to Gigantamax. I think I'm going to talk about 3 different Charizards in this video, actually. But, I like Charizard. It's one of the mainstays of Pokemon. It's got the 2 Mega forms. It's got the Gigantamax form. It's one of the original starters. It's got so much of that, so, yeah. Agumon, of course, as I talked about in the Tai video when I did the Digimon part of the one during the Digimon series, is of course he's Tai's partner in regards to that. I also have another Charizard that is actually my Mega Evolved Charizard that I have in Ultramoon that I do for both Mega X and Mega Y. Is my Tai, is named Tai, is male, has a brave nature and the Blaze ability, and it has a mischievous nature. So I have those 2. They're in separate games, but I'm like, you get the Charizard that can Gigantamax, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll name it Agu, and it's orange anyway, type thing. No offense to you, Charmander, it's just, that's the way that it worked. So we have that. I have those 2. And then I have the next one that I have is from actually Digimon Tamers, which is the 3rd season. Is a Ninetales that I have, which is why I have Vulpix back here. Is a Ninetales that I have that is called Rika. Rika is one of the Tamer characters. She has a Digimon that is called Renamon in the 3rd season. I very much like Rika and Renamon. Actually, according to some of the online quizzes that I've taken, or one of the more in-depth ones that I've taken for what's your partner Digimon, I actually got Renamon. Renamon. Renamon is from season 4. Very different one. Renamon. I've actually gotten Renamon for that. I like Rika. I'll do a video series about like the Tamers from, of course, Digimon Tamers. After I finish up with the a little while after I finish up with the rest of the Adventures kids. And Rika is very stalwart is not quite the right word. She is very stubborn. I gave Rika she has flash fire. She has a modest nature, and she likes to thrash about. Part of Rika's character in the actual anime is her mother is a supermodel, and her mother wants Rika to like be a model like her, and like they have Rika do a photo shoot at one point in the series, and Rika is just very uncomfortable there. She does not like the whole, having photo shoot stuff done, having stuff like that. She's much more of a tomboy character, very much, on her own. She's kind of the loner character for a while in the original, in Tamers, and she gets better throughout the course of the season. Of course, she becomes closer to the rest of the Tamer characters. but yeah, she has a QB has Ninetales because her Digimon Renamon turns into a Digimon that's called QBmon. That was actually an issue, I think, between Digimon and Pokemon in regards to rights over that. I mean, they're both based on kitsunes from anime, but from Japanese mythology. But I guess the similarities were a bit too much in regards to that. Next one that we have is from these next two are actually from the Digimon Frontier series, so the fifth season, or sorry, the fourth season. Fifth season is Savers. I don't know why I keep messing that up. Yeah, because first and second season are Adventures and Adventure 2.0. Season 3 is Tamer. Season 4 is Saver, or is Frontier, and then season 5 is Digimon Data Squad, or Savers. Is kind of how I heard. And then there was like Exoverse and a bunch of other ones that I have not watched yet. And then there's like there's ones where like they're redoing the original series, and I'm like, okay. And then there's like stuff where it's like they all kind of cross over together via weird time manipulation, and Rika and Mimi have to work together, and that's weird. But these next two are actually a set of brothers that are technically based off of the same Pokemon, or have variations on the same Pokemon. These are based off of Koji and Koichi from Digimon Frontier. Koji and Koichi are twins in it that are separated when they are babies because their parents get a divorce, and I'll go into that more in regards to them with their actual story. But in Digimon Frontier, each of the different Digidestined, or the whatever you want to refer to them as in that one, they each have an elemental spirit in the digital world that is bonded to them, is chosen for them. And ironically enough, Koji's is light. Light. And no, he does not turn into a cat. Koji turns into a dog. His Digimon is called Lobomon. Is what he turns into. He also has like Kendo Lobomon and Magna Guru. It's just like all these other ones that he turns into, including like a Magna Gurumon thing that's like a dog with a ton of battle equipment on it. They have variations in the series. There's like human spirits and beast spirits and combo spirits and over the top power spirits and everything. And Koji is one of those, and then his Koji's is actually a Lycanroc. Is a Midday Lycanroc. And it has keen eye, has adamant for its nature, and is somewhat vain. Koji is kind of the loner character at the beginning of the series. He gets better. Thank God he gets better. The other one that I have that is also a Lycanroc, but it's the Midnight Lycanroc, is based off of his brother, Koichi. And fun fact, guy that voices Koichi is also the same guy that voices Alucard from Hellsing. Yeah, I'm sitting there when I watched Hellsing the first time, I'm like, Alucard sounds familiar. I'm like, why does he sound familiar? And then I looked him up. Oh, that's why he sounds familiar. That's a big jump. But he's voiced by the same guy. And his Lycanroc, it's a Midnight Lycanroc, which is why I have Rockruff over here. Male has vital spirits for its ability, is a careful nature, and is somewhat vain. Surprisingly enough, Koichi is not quite somewhat vain, but he is the character that has to go through one of the biggest transformations in the series, because he actually starts off as a villain in the series, because he was manipulated and twisted by the one of the main villains of the Frontier series, Cherubimon, which will get explained when I get more into that. The next set are actually a bunch of Fairy Tail ones. So one moment while I make a slight adjustment. Okay, we'll see how that transition plays out in editing. So this next section will be about the different Fairy Tail based Digimon that I have. Yes, I liked Fairy Tail. I've read the manga, I've watched the anime, I've seen the movies. I'm reading through Fairy Tail, the 100-year quest. Um, parts of the series I like, some parts of the series I'm like, friendship is not always the answer. I'm sorry. I still like the series. I still like the characters. I still think like Urza is awesome, and that I still like Natsu. I still like Lucy and the others. But I'm still also like, really? Can we show a little bit more of like them having to train to get better? We get some of that throughout the series, and that's nice. And like them, you know, quote unquote, like Black Clover breaking past their limits. But the first one that we have is another Charizard. It's my other Gigantamax Charizard in Sword and Shield. I have one in each game. Is a Charizard that I have named Igneel, after, of course, Natsu's surrogate father, Dragon Father. Is male, has Blaze ability, has a hardy nature, is alert to sounds, and is my Gigantamax one. I like Igneel in the series. I think he does seem to be a good father. He did love, I was about to say Natsuo, but that's different. That is a very different character. Natsu, he does love Natsu very much, and he's very supportive of him. Not we don't learn as much about Igneel's past. It's like, well, he raised Natsu for a while after after Natsu's brother kind of resurrected him from the dead, and then gave him to Igneel to raise. After that happened, the next one that we have is actually one of the X seeds. I actually have three, based off the three main egg seeds, of course. I have a regular Persian that is nicknamed Carla. Is female, obviously, has limber for her ability. I had bred this one kind of by accident. Well, not by accident, but it ended up being such a good breed because it was like almost 6 perfect IVs or whatever all the way around. But it didn't quite have the nature I wanted, so I just gave it the serious candy to did that, and likes to thrash about it. Had a jolly nature, has a serious nature now, type of a thing. The candies are helpful, but they're slightly annoying. But so we have them. We have Carla, and of course to go with Carla, I also have a Panther Lily. I do not have a pop vinyl of Carla. I want a pop vinyl of Carla. I just have not found one yet. Well, I have, but they're really freaking expensive. So we have a Panther Lily, which is actually a Alolan Persian. Has fur coat for its ability, had a gentle nature, again, got the candy for a serious nature, and is somewhat vain. I will definitely qualify Panther Lily as being a little bit more vain than Carla, mostly just because Carla, yeah, she's modest. She's much more on the modest side. Even when she's in her human form, she's like, well, when she's in her human form, she's a little more flirty. And then, of course, to go with them, I also have a Happy-based one. Let me put Panther Lily and Happy over here so you can see them a little bit better. I do also have a Frosh one, but I didn't breed anything based on Frosh. Frosh is adorable. I love Frosh. And Lecter, I think they're both very cute, and I want to get pop vinyls of both of them. Well, I have this one, but I don't think they've come out with a Lecter one yet. Stand up, Happy, you're not drunk. Stay. I don't know how well those will pop up on camera, but we have that. But my Happy one is actually one that I got via trading. It is a shiny Alolan Persian that is male, has Technician for its ability, and its nature is naughty, and is capable of taking hits, and is shiny and such. And I got this thing via trading because, again, I love the fact that you can trade Pokemon, and as long as it hasn't been nicknamed into Sword and Shield, you can freaking nickname them, which I loved. And I found this. I got this one via trading on Pokemon Home, and I'm like, it has a naughty nature, and it's shiny, and it's male, and it's a Alolan Persian. This thing is coming with me. It's gonna get named Happy. Naughty. Happy is quite naughty throughout the whole series of Fairy Tail. He is also very good at taking hits, so no one can deny that. The cat gets beat up a lot, but he keeps coming back. You gotta at least give him that. So I have those three. I have Carla, Happy, and Panther Lily. I love the three of them together. I love how sometimes it's like I love it in the when Fairy Tail is about to get blown up by Tartarus that 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 you know yeah, how Kana, like, she finds out that Elfin is possessed, and she turns everybody into cards, and then she has Happy Panther Lily, or Happy Lily and Carla fly away with them, so they all escape and they're all alive, and I love that. That was just a fun thing that they did there. The next one is actually from Fairy Tail, the 100-year journey, or the 100-year quest that they're working through now in the manga. I have no idea if they're going to do this as an anime or not. If they did, I'd probably at least watch it, depending on stuff, but I'm not 100% sure yet. They might be waiting to do it as an anime a little bit later, after they get more than 100 chapters into it, so they have a little bit more to work with. But this one is actually a Kingdra that I have that is called Merciphobia, which is based off of this other dragon, this actual dragon, like what Igneel and Grandina and the rest of the ones were, that raised the dragon. The dragon shifters is not the correct word. That raised the dragon killers, the dragon slayers. Before they all got sent forward into the future. It has poison point, it has a calm nature, and it takes plenty of siestas. Merciphobia is kind of a little bit of like a villain in the arc, but it's because he gets manipulated and then he ends up being a friend, and they help him, and their job is to kill him, and they kind of do that, but they don't, and he's now kind of an ally, but he can no longer turn into a dragon. So not too much there. I'll be happy. If I'm enjoying the 100-year quest so far. A little bit of the same thing with Fairy Tail. It's like, okay, you can't keep claiming that your friends are the reason that you're stronger. Next one. I have a shiny Delcatty that is called Miliana. Delcatty, female, has wonder skin, naughty nature, somewhat vain, and is shiny. Miliana is, of course, one of Urza's friends from way back when she was, when Urza was a slave at the Tower of Heaven. And of course, Miliana and, several of the other friends that they have there, that Urza had there, had been kind of, enemies during the Tower of Heaven arc that they deal with there. And then, Miliana, Urza saves her friends. They, destroy the Tower of Heaven, and they, save, they save people, and less people die. And Urza gets her friends back, and then she, she wishes them farewell, and then later on, after the technically 7-year time skip, when they're, trapped on the island, we then find out that, Urza and, that Miliana has since joined the Mermaid Heel, that guild, and she seems to be quite happy there, which is good for her. And she and Urza, of course, get to rekindle their friendship and such. This Delcatty was a pain, because I radar chained for a Delcatty for a long time in Omega Ruby, even after I'd won the game and everything. I kept going back and doing a radar chaining in the game to try to find a Delcatty. I had to do it 3 times before I finally got a shiny Delcatty. I think I got some other shinies of something, of 1 or 2 other shinies of something else in that whole time frame, but I finally got the shiny Delcatty that I wanted. And the nature, and I'm like, what do I want to nickname? And I'm like, I'll nickname it Miliana. I liked her. I was like, cat girl anime characters. Nope. I don't know that one. Ooh, Miliana. That'll work. So yeah, I went with that. I liked Miliana in the series. I think she's very cute. I love that she's been able to grow as a character and still be friends with Urza. So, next one is another shiny. I actually have I think I have a couple of other shinies maybe in this one. This one is actually based off of the founder of the Fairy Tail Guild, Mavis. It is a Zoroark that is female. It has a rash nature, has illusion, of course, for its ability, as do all Zoroarks. It takes plenty of siestas, ha ha ha, and is shiny. Mavis, of course, if you've seen Fairy Tail, is the founder of the guild. She's this, little girl character that, actually is, quite a bit older than she looks because she used magic that wasn't finished, and she ended up, cursing herself to be, young for eternity, and eventually, it causes problems, and then she seals herself away and pretends to be dead. We, of course, learned other things about her, but she is a master of illusion because she keeps, she would, use illusion magic a fair amount of the time, during her interactions with the other original members of the guild. And the Zoroark was from Ultramoon. I SOS chained it, and actually didn't take me super long to get one, thankfully. And it, I saw the nature and everything, and I'm like, well, what do I want to nickname this? And I watched Fairy Tail, and I was just like, I'm gonna nickname it that. Mavis, because she does lots of illusions. She does have a bit of a rash nature, and she does take plenty of siestas because she sleeps for 100 years or something like that. Well, not 100 years, but she sleeps for a long time. And of course, then she comes back and she helps them, and now she supposedly got reborn, which is perfectly fine in my opinion. I think this is the last one on the list. Yep, last one on the list is in my Sword and Shield games. Now, some of these have been since transferred to the Sword and Shield games. But we have Aries, who's, of course, based off of the Zodiac spirit Aries, the celestial spirits that Lucy has. Aries is adorable throughout the entire season. I love how she's so timid all the time, and then she gets better. She's very timid, very bashful. Is a Dubwool. Aries is a Dubwool. Admittedly, a shiny Ampharos would have also worked, but the only place that I have shiny Ampharos at the moment is in Pokemon Go. And since you can't see what the natures are in Pokemon Go, I really didn't want to nickname it that. I may still end up, doing. I'll nickname that shiny Ampharos something else. But we have Aries. Has Fluffy, of course, for the ability, because Aries always uses her wool all over the place. She has a bashful nature, and she takes plenty of siestas. As I said, I liked Aries in the series. She's very timid and shy, and then of course when they do that Zodiac Eclipse arc that is completely filler in the anime, I know that. She gets to be rather sadistic, which is kind of funny. Which is just kind of funny in my opinion, where she's like, nope, she's gonna get to be sadistic for a while. Okay. Wonder if the actress is like, I still gotta play the same character. Yes. Awesome. This is gonna be fun. Of course, we have her relationship with Leo, with Loki, where we find out about that part of their past and that relationship that they have. And Aries is kind of Virgo is the main one that Lucy tends to interact with beyond Loki, of course. But we of course have that issue there. Virgo always brings her all of the clothes and everything, and Aries pops up and she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't do well, but she gets better. I like, as I said, I do watch Black Clover. I like the fact that Aries is kind of a combination of Charmy, Charmy's power because of her wool magic and everything, and Gray, because Gray is completely and utterly timid and doesn't know if she can do anything right and just completely introverted and everything, and Aries is kind of that same way, but she has the wool magic that Charmy has. I don't know if I'm going to end up naming anything after Charmy at some point, but we'll see. Or after Gray. Again, don't know. If I did name anything after Gray, it probably would have been a Zoroark, but I'd been more into Fairy Tail at the time, so I went with Mavis for that instead. I think that's basically what we have for this video. The next Pokemon one will either be a My Hero one, or I have book-based ones. I have my hero based ones, obviously, I have One Piece based ones. The next one is going to be, I think the next one is going to be where I talk about some different comic book based ones that I have. Because I have some that are based off of like DC characters, and then I have some, quite a few actually, that are based off of Marvel characters. So that one might be the next one, is for the next Pokemon based something or other, will be some of those. Again, templates for these will be in the comment section, or will be down in the description for the video. I did not mention that on the previous one, but those are of course there as well for when that rolls around. If you want to try to make any of these on your own, or use them for a template for something else, or if you come up with like something. I am actually going to be starting a new batch of something that I'm going to be breeding, but I think I'm going to talk about that in like its own video, and then just make that just like kind of a slight recurring thing once I explain what I'm doing first for it, and then do another one where I talk about what it is. It's actually going to be, I've been watching Fruits Basket, and I think it's so adorable and so sweet and so tug at your heartstrings. I've been watching the new version, the reboot version that came out in 2019, and is almost finished with the series. Actually getting to finish up the manga series, of course, in anime form. I kind of know how the series ends because I've kind of skipped ahead and seen some stuff in the manga, but we'll see what happens with that. But I'm going to breed Pokemon based off of the different Zodiac members, including, and then so that's all the cursed members of the Soma family. Possibly also try to see about what I want to do for like Akito, but I also want to do one for like Toru, and then maybe one or two of the other characters in the series that I really like. I might do something for some of those. But I'm gonna do like another video where like this is like my basic blueprints that I have for them so far, and like another one when I actually get them finished. So and that'll probably be like, that one might go up like right around the time that the series is finishing up, maybe depending on how long it takes me to breed these, and how many more episodes they have to go in the series. So that's what I have for this video. I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a nice rest of your day. Bye.
Comrade isn't simply a word. Comrades are about heart. It's the unconditional trust in your partners. Please feel free to lean on me. And I too will lean on you as well.